What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Yegi Beauty YouTube channel. Those of you that have been following this channel for many years, thank you for your support, and those of you that are new, welcome. We are all about eyelash extensions, the products, education, and also sharing our day-to-day clients and experiences with you guys so we can all learn from each other and grow. So I hope you guys are ready for this next tutorial, which is all about lash lifts. So Yegi Beauty has our own lash lift kit currently, and we are super proud of it, super excited for it. So I decided to release a free, very detailed lash lift tutorial for you guys. So I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you guys give that product a try. And until later,
we are going to start off with taping down the bottom eyelashes just like you would do for eyelash extensions. Now for a lash lift, it is also important because if a client has long bottom eyelashes, we don't want to risk lifting them up as well. Here is another trick. We are going to lift up the eyelids with tiny bit of the blue sensitive tape. And we want to do this to be able to see the base of the eyelashes as good as possible, because the closer we glue the form to the eyelash line, the better results we're going to get. So try that. Next, we're going to grab the forms that we're going to use for the client. So for her, we chose the large forms because she has really long natural eyelashes. If we use the smaller form, her natural eyelashes were overlapping the form, and that would create a weird crease. We are using the Yegi Beauty Lash Lift Kit, and the hold adhesive is the one that's safe for the skin and for the form. So this is what we're going to use to hold the form in place and also to hold the natural eyelashes on top of the form. And we want to use a good amount, but not too much, because if we use too much, then it's not going to dry or get tacky enough for the hair or for the form to stay on the eyelid. Next, we're going to use this plastic comb, which looks kind of like a Y. It is called a Y comb, and we're going to brush the natural hairs on top of the form. Now, we want to make sure we take our time with this step, because this is what's going to determine the curl that your natural eyelashes are going to take. The nicer you put them onto the form, the nicer results you're going to get. Now, if the eyelashes are not initially sticking onto the form, go ahead and take your time and keep brushing them up. You can move and try a different area. It might mean that the adhesive is not tacky enough yet. It might mean that you could wait a few more seconds or add a little bit more adhesive if the client has really coarse, long eyelashes. You can also use the comb and kind of hold the hairs in place as you're brushing it as they dry. So take your time. It is okay. Another trick is, before you even try brushing them up, wait like 10 to 15 seconds for the adhesive to get tacky. Then you can brush the hairs up. Also pay attention to how we're using our other hand to kind of hold the form in place, because we don't want to move it around too much for it to get loose from the eyelid, and it will give you a lot more control as you're brushing the hairs up. We can also switch the hand that we're using with the Y comb. We can brush it up with our right hand, with our left hand. Sometimes we actually need to switch it to get into the angles for the inner corners, outer corners. So don't be stuck using only your dominant hand. Switch your hands around. It will make it easier. And the last thing is also you can use a tweezer. If you feel like you can get in there better with the curved tweezer, go ahead and use that to brush or to put the eyelashes onto the form. Again, the key is to really take your time in this step. It does get easier, it does get better, and each client will vary. And of course, always use additional adhesive if you need to secure the lashes in, just like so. Now, I kept a lot of the little tiny steps of how we sometimes put the lashes onto the form and how sometimes it could take long and it could be tedious, and that's okay. So I want you guys to kind of see an actual process of what we're doing in order to get the lashes on there nicely. But once we're done with one eye, then we're going to repeat the same thing on the other eye. A lot of times people feel like the left eye is harder if you're right-handed. So sometimes one eye can take longer than the next eye, or the first eye can take longer. Again, the key is to just take your time and don't rush it, which also means if you are taking clients, give yourself about 15 to 20 minutes in between clients as extra cushion room, just in case, so you don't have to feel like you're rushing or running behind. Now, once all the eyelashes are glued onto the form, we're gonna go ahead and grab our first solution. And it has the big number 1 on it, and it is called Lift. It is our lifting or perming solution, as we like to call it. Now, keep in mind, this is the solution that doesn't smell very pleasant, but we did our best to try to mask that smell, and I'm kind of proud of that. This kit is actually smells a lot better than a lot of lash lifting kits. Now you want to use a wand, either a lip wand or a micro brush, and you want to apply a generous amount of the solution onto the client's natural eyelashes. Now you want to take your time with this step as well, and an important part for this step is you want to avoid the very tips of the client's natural eyelashes. You don't want to go all the way through them, just to the tips, which means we do not put any of this first solution on the tips of the client's eyelashes. And the reason for that is a lot of times the tips of our eyelashes, just like our hair, is a lot more fragile, and we don't want to damage them or cause any breakage. So avoid the very tips, and any part of the natural lashes that looks nice and thick and coarse and healthy, you want to put a generous amount of solution, as you could see in the video. Pay attention to how we're applying the solution. So the product is made to have a specific consistency to allow it to stay on the natural eyelashes without going into the eyes. So it is a little bit thicker consistency, so you want to kind of use this gentle tapping and rolling technique to get it onto the eyelashes. It will make your life easier than just trying to apply it. Here is also a little trick I like to use with the end papers to keep the lashes from coming off to the form, especially if there are any baby lashes. It really keeps them in place. Now, the processing time for the first solution, we define it clearly on our kit, but it will vary based on how thick the client's natural eyelashes is or how coarse they are. So if they have pretty thin eyelashes, you want to leave it on for about 8 to 10 minutes. If they have average lashes, you want to leave it on anywhere from 10 to 12 minutes. Even up to 15 minutes is okay. But if somebody has really coarse eyelashes, again, I like to leave it on about 18 minutes. I feel like it works a lot better. If you are scared to leave it on longer because it is a chemical that can damage the eyelashes if left on too long, and you don't have too much experience determining if the lashes are considered coarse or not, what you can do is start off with leaving it on 15 minutes, which is your safe zone. And then if you see it hasn't really held the curl, you could leave it on for a few more minutes or reapply the solution and then leave it on for a few more minutes. Now we're going to use very little water, barely any water. You just want your micro brush or your lip wand to be damp, and you're going to remove all the product off of the eyelashes. So first we remove all of the first solution, and a key thing is to also start at the same eye, so the timing is the same for both eyes, okay? So we're gonna clean one eye at a time, and then after this is when we're gonna apply the second solution, which is the setting solution. I don't know if I mentioned already, but the second solution we want to put all the way through the ends, okay? So all the tips of the natural eyelashes are also covered with the second solution, not like the first one where we leave the ends out. Make sure you cover all of the natural eyelashes and you put a generous amount so this can neutralize our lifting solution. Now, after everything is done, we can use the end papers again to secure the baby lashes with the rest of them and put our timer for 10 minutes. And for this, it doesn't matter the thickness of the client's natural lashes, 10 minutes is good enough. And the plus side for the second solution too, even if you leave it on for 1 hour, it's not going to damage the client's eyelashes. It basically neutralizes the first step from working and you are good to go. Now that the 10 minutes is up, we're going to go ahead and follow the same cleaning procedure. We're going to clean all of the solution off and also use tiny bit of water to dampen our lip wand to get the rest of it off. Now, at any point when we're cleaning the solution and the lashes come loose from the form, we can use a little bit more of that adhesive, our very first step that we did, in order to secure the lashes back. But after this second step, once the eyelashes are pretty much set and we waited the 10 minutes, it's okay if the lashes are coming off the form because you've already done the lifting or curling part. All you need to do now is pretty much nourish or condition the client's eyelashes and then clean everything up. Next, we're going to use the nourishing step, which is pretty much a conditioner treatment for the client's eyelashes to finish our process. Now, this solution we put on we leave it on for about 5 minutes and then we clean it up. And what we want to do is we want to make sure we put on a good generous amount and cover the eyelashes from base all the way through the tips. One other thing I want to mention is that we want to make sure we don't double dip our Q-tips or our wands into the bottle from client to client. If you are using a lash lift kit for your clients, you do need to keep it sanitary. So make sure you're throwing all of the wands that you are touching the client's eyelashes before dipping it again into the bottle. So you want to grab a new wand every time. Or another little trick is you can grab a generous amount and put it in like a little glue ring or a little holder, so you're not double dipping in the bottle, but you're just double dipping from your little sample that you pulled out. Now we're gonna go ahead and clean the nourishing step, and again, first we can use dry wands to get all of the product off. Then with very little damp wands, we can clean off the rest of the product from the lashes. The last step is to clean all the excess adhesive or glue that is on the eyelashes, on the form, on the eyelid, and we use our fourth bottle, which is the clean cleanser bottle, to do so. Now, if you don't have much adhesive, you don't need to use much of this product, but make sure you are cleaning all of the adhesive off of the client's natural eyelashes. You don't want to use soap and water or any other cleansers. This is the only cleanser you want to use to make sure you don't undo the lift that you just did. Because after our process, it is important for the clients to not wash their eyelashes for 24 hours. Now, you don't want to pull the form off of the eyes like this if the eyelashes are still stuck on it. Make sure you get the eyelashes off of the form before you try lifting the form off of the eyelid. Here are the final results. Well, no more straight lashes. They are nice and lifted, and we are very happy with the results. So the timing for her was really good. So what we will do for her chart, we will go ahead and keep a record of the form we used on her and how long we left the solution on. So next time she comes and she wants different results, we know we have a good place to start. So one other thing we could have tried for her as well is we can try a medium form to see if we can lift them up even more with a smaller form. Now, that's what I would do next time, just for fun, to see the results or the difference. But until next time, thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and please make sure you are following us on all social platforms and you have downloaded the Yegi Beauty app. We do have exclusive sales and discounts for our app subscribers through push notification, so make sure you do that. Well, until next time, bye.